Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Moses Itauma has advanced to 12-0 following a 2-round demolition job against the overmatched American Mike Balogun. And this fight was on the Taylor Esserman card in Scotland. So Itauma certainly is getting around. Last 3 fights in 3 different countries, only 12 fights on the books. But as Adam Smith, the commentator, said, he is a budding superstar and they are sort of taking him on tour. I'm a little unconvinced, or need more convincing, I should say, about the superstar part, because if you're facing opposition like Balogun, we're not going to learn much. And we've still got questions, I believe, about Itauma. But the action proper, it was the first power punch where you sort of knew that this was all downhill and quickly, as was expected ahead of the fight. Me and many others sort of said, look, this is a step down from the likes of the fight against Dempsey McKean. And what were they really doing? Balogun, basically 40 years old, had been stopped by Murat Gassiev some time ago in quick fashion as well, and it looked like it was going to happen in this one, and did. So the first power punch gave us a sort of, it was a prelude of what was to come. Balogun was rocked by a left hand. Not too long afterwards, he was dropped by another left hand. Second round, it was actually a beauty of a right hook, and I love it when southpaw fighters can show a good right hook. Drops Balogun, and basically the third knockdown, which is after that, the referee waived off proceedings. When people say someone walked onto a punch, this was almost like Mike Balogun ran onto the punch. Again, a right hook absolutely floors him. He goes down dramatically. The referee had seen enough, waves it off. Balogun looked like he wanted to get up, but obviously at that point it was all she wrote in the books. So Moses Itauma, another win, another knockout. He's again showed us that he's got good punch versatility, but I'm still left wanting more. And that's because we've been here, done that, got the postcard on these sorts of opponents already. And I guess this is also the peril in sort of what they've done. Earlier on, they were trying to market the whole sort of, maybe he could beat Mike Tyson's record and become the youngest heavyweight champion. But he wasn't fighting enough, it didn't pan out, and he needed to do it by this month. So that's been and gone now. So what they've done is they've dropped him back down. But the thing is, and this is my issue with what they're doing with him at the moment, is put him at a level where he can actually get some rounds. Because it's at the point he is in desperate need of rounds. I did a video recently saying he has a problem, and that problem is he's not getting the opposition, the opponents that are durable, that he can sort of get some experience in the ring and actually try to break guys down. Because at a certain point, the knockouts will stop. It will. Moses Itauma obviously looking good against, washed guys like Mike Balogun, but so what? So this is where they need to, if they're going to be, especially dropping him down and having sort of a mid-card, that sort of thing, get him against a well sort of proven, even a journeyman that has, some durability. It's going to force him at least half a dozen rounds because he is in desperate need of it. As we know, earlier in his career, he did fight the likes of Konstantin Doboshenko, a notoriously durable journeyman. He was taking the distance. Didn't really put a dent in him. Didn't have any trouble, but at least he was able to go through all 6 rounds in that fight. Then he was taken 6 rounds again in the very next fight after that against Kevin Espindola. And because he's only got 12 fights, I don't kind of see a problem with, or maybe a little bit higher than those guys, but he needs guys, even if they've got 5 or 6 losses on their record, but if they're going to push him, they're going to take him some rounds, because obviously when he steps up and he steps to a really good competition at fringe or world level, he could be caught short in terms of the experience and the rounds that he needs against the opponents that are going to really sort of test him and make him work. Because at the moment, he's obviously flash and pretty and dropping guys and getting spectacular knockouts for the KO reel. But at the end of the day, that's not going to necessarily do him much good at the top end of the division once he gets there. So there is obviously a bit of a concern here with what is happening with Itauma. So Mike Balogun, it was expected when this was announced that this was going to be cannon fodder, and so it proved. So Moses Itauma, Hopefully he'll be out again soon because, barely got warmed up in there before Balogun was on the seat of his pants, or actually flat on his back and out of there. He gets the win here. He advances, hopefully out again in the next couple of months, and hopefully against someone who's going to put up some resistance. In this case, I think especially early on, Balogun's right hand was so low, you were just like, that's just a target for Itauma, who found it basically every single time with the left hand. Drop a comment, loud and often, hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.